Hello, everyone. How's it going? This is immigration attorney Moumita. I'm so happy to be here live, and I'm here to talk about immigration and to answer the questions that you might have about any immigration situation. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Moumita Rahman. I am located in New York, and I serve immigrants all over the U.S. So no matter what state you are in, feel free to give us a call if you are requiring assistance with your immigration case, you're curious about what your options are. And today I'm going to talk about one thing in particular. That's how I'm going to start my live. And as many of you may know, I talk a lot about marriage issues. And I had a call with somebody today who was wondering, how did I end up in this situation? How did I end up married to a person who changed so suddenly on me? How did I marry a narcissist? And if you are married to a US citizen or to a green card holder, and you find that after marriage things change all of a sudden, where the person who you thought you married is not who that you were led to believe that they are, then you might have a situation on your hand, because now all of a sudden you're married to someone, you have hopes of having a life together, you have hopes of getting a green card through your spouse, but they don't want to help you. They keep taking very long to get you the documents that you need to start your paperwork, or there are other things that are in the way that make you hesitant to ask your spouse for their help. So if you are in the situation, it may be time to talk to a lawyer like me who can advise you on your options and whether you can move forward on your own without their help. So this is a very special sort of case, which is really important for people to know about, because through this case, you can continue on in your green card journey without your spouse's help, without their knowledge, and you may be able to get your green card in the United States without having to leave, all right? Plus a work permit in 6 to 8 months, which is very important for everyone. I know that. All right. So now don't forget to give us a call. I've got my assistants Josue and Metzger. They're standing by to book you for a consultation, 212-248-7907. And I'm going to go ahead and start answering some questions. All right, let's see. And thank you to everyone who's watching. At what age can you fix your parents? From Vanessa Valtiera. Vanessa, thank you so much for your question. So any of you who are US citizens and you have moms and dads that you want to help, you yourself need to be at least 21 years old. The day you turn 21 is the day you can start applying for your parents. But for parents, there's a special situation. If you're a US citizen child, but your mom or your dad does not have a legal entry into the US, then we need to look at special types of humanitarian cases to see if they qualify. Number one, which is most commonly known by a lot of people, is military parole in place. That means that if you are the US citizen child and you have served in the military, or you are in the military right now, then if your parent has that one illegal entry, no permanent bar situation, then you can basically ask for preferential treatment almost, so that your parent can get their green card inside the United States. That's number one. Second is if your parent has ever had a relative or an employer file an application for them a very long time ago. We're talking about 2001 or before, even if it was never approved, as long as it was approvable when it was filed, then that may also serve the same sort of purpose, where it basically kind of erases that one illegal entry and gives them an ability to adjust their status inside the United States. Now, adjustment of status is a term that I want you to keep in mind, because adjustment of status means asking for a green card inside the United States. I had a very sad consultation with somebody yesterday who was actually eligible to adjust their status inside the United States with their child, but some lawyer had basically asked them to leave the United States and go for an interview in Ciudad Juarez. Now, if you are a parent, or if you have a parent who is stuck outside and they have been denied at the consulate and told that they have a 10-year bar and they can't come back in, there is a way to get that waived. But the only way you can ask for a waiver of that 10-year bar is if your mom or your dad is married to a resident or to a US citizen through whom they can ask for a waiver. And that's not usually the situation for most people. So you want to be very careful that if your mom or dad has been told by somebody else that they can go outside for an interview, really make sure you get a triple opinion check to make sure that that's actually possible. Now, another way that your parents might be able to fix inside the United States is through what I call the rebellious child case. And that is if you have any siblings that have given your mom or dad a very, very hard time, meaning, lots of disrespect, rebelliousness, mistreatment. In very serious situations, we have kids who have been physically hurting their parents or just giving them, a lot of emotional abuse. That's another way to ask for a green card inside the United States. Another way is through the U visa, which is for victims of qualifying crimes. And the last is something that I like. It's called the T visa, T for trafficking. Now, if your mom or dad has ever been in a work situation where they have been mistreated by their employer, and we know how hard our moms and dads have worked in this country, basically 10, 20, 30 years, toiling with unspeakable conditions. If the employer has ever threatened them, withheld wages, made them force them to work in unsafe conditions, this might be an avenue for them to ask for something called a T visa. A T visa is particularly powerful because through this, we can fix the permanent bar situation and many other types of situations that they might have, including other immigration violations. So if any of these sound like it might apply to your mom or to your dad, please do give us a call, all right? Okay, let's see. Samara is saying, I'm DACA, married for 17 years. Can you help? Samara, I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. Please give me a call. If you have DACA, you've been married for that long, and you're looking for a way to fix your status, please give us a call, 212-248-7907. I will explore to see if you can fix inside the United States without having to leave, and if none of that's possible, then we'll look to see if a waiver is possible for you. Any update on asylum? Unfortunately, right now, I don't have any update on asylum. What should I expect from NVC? All right, NVC. NVC stands for the National Visa Center. And for any of you who are going through visa processing for a visa at the consulate because you're outside the US or you're inside the US and you're going to have to apply for a waiver and then leave outside again, you have to go through NVC. NVC is underneath the Department of State. And when your case reaches NVC from USCIS, you will receive a brand new case number and you'll have to do additional processing of documents through NVC. What you can expect is this. Once NVC has received your case, they will issue to you a new case number. The first three letters of your case number are usually the acronym for the consulate where you will have your interview. For example, CDJ stands for Ciudad de Juarez. MTL stands for Montreal. Basically, it's a shortening of that name. And once your case is at NVC, you have to pay the fees. Usually it is the adjustment, the affiliated support fee and the immigrant visa fee. And then you upload documents or you mail them documents if the case is not being electronically processed. Once NVC goes through all those documents, then they'll notify the consulate and schedule you for an interview. Okay. Question. I'm a U.S. citizen wanting to marry a Filipina. She wants to travel here. Where do I start from crazy life? Crazy life, thank you for your question. If you are a U.S. citizen in a relationship with somebody who's overseas, if you're married to them, then you have to apply for something called an immigrant visa. You start that by filing the I-130 and getting a good lawyer. If you're not yet married, you can explore whether a fiancé visa is a good option, but give a consult because there's many pros and cons to doing either the fiancé visa or the immigrant visa. Okay. I have been living here for 13 years with my multiple visa expired. How do I get regularized? From Brema. Brema, and anyone else who has overstayed their visa and you're looking for a way to fix your status. Now, if you need to fix your status and you're not married to a U.S. citizen or to a resident, and you don't have any kids that may be able to sponsor you, then you have to look at the humanitarian case types. These include asylum, T visa, U visa, and pretty much those are the main things that I would look at if you have no family ability to get your status fixed. Okay. Client started the adjustment of status, but wife refused to attend the interview due to jealousy and wanting to hurt him emotionally and financially, and wife knew he can't function without EAD. Can they self-petition? No physical harm. From Art Show. Yeah, I have lots of cases where there is zero physical harm, zero police reports that have been approved. You do not need to have physical harm to be approved for self-petition. Emotional, that's why the law says that extreme cruelty or battery qualifies. How many years of tax returns should I present when applying for my parents' green card? From Abinish. Abinish, you should read the instructions. If you're not working with an attorney, you should definitely submit what they request. You can submit up to 3 years. I did my biometrics on 8/23. What is the waiting time to get a work permit underneath the ballot case? From DS Guerrero. DS Guerrero, usually right now what we're seeing for ballot cases is that the work permits are taking anywhere from sometimes 3 months to approximately 6 months to get. So hopefully you'll get yours soon. What we're seeing is that we're seeing very quick processing times for the most part, not in every single case, of course, but VAWA is a faster way to get a work permit. Okay. Sena Englase is asking, hi, I just want to ask, I've been denied way back in 1996, and my brother that day is approved our petition. Should I reopen the case again? From Zena. Zena, that is a great question. If your brother filed a petition for you and it's been approved in 96, then possibly you might qualify for something called Section 245I. I would need to analyze your case to see if you have any permanent bar issues, any other issues that would prevent you from getting a green card. And also we need to see if your brother is able to assist you at this time or if it's going to be somebody else. So give us a call, Zena, okay? All right. And Oscar Torres is asking, can my stepson ask for me? Oscar, thank you so much for your question. So for stepchildren, this is the main basic requirement. As long as the marriage occurred, I believe before age 16, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys got married, if you got married to your spouse before the child turned 16, I believe, then they are considered your child for immigration purposes and they can ask for you, they can petition for you. It's either 16 or 18. Don't quote me. If you need a consultation, give me a call. I'll make sure I know it for sure before we talk. Okay. Can I apply for my parents and 15-year-old brother at the same time so that they can come together? From Sanam. Sanam, you can apply for your parents and your brother, your minor brother at the same time. However, if you are the U.S. citizen applying for them, they will not be processed together on the same time schedule because your brother is going to be underneath a different category. All right. What will probably be a better course is that you apply for your parents, and then once your parents get their green card, they can then petition for their, your brother through themselves, and it'll probably be a lot quicker. How long is the wait for the waiver to be approved from someone who is from El Salvador? From Vero. Vero, I would say these days waivers are taking anywhere from 8 months to about 1.5 years to be approved. El Salvador, I haven't had an interview there in the past 1 year, but before that, I think we only waited a couple of months for an interview in El Salvador. El Salvador is very fast. I like it. Faster than Ciudad Juarez. Angelica Alvarez is asking, would they have to go to Juarez or can they stay in the U.S. to fix from here? Angelica, I think one part of your question got cut off. So Angelica, if your question is about parents, do they have to stay here or do they need to leave outside? Again, if your parent has any issue like a unlawful entry and then they're told by somebody that they should leave for Juarez for an interview or to the consulate, they're going to have a 10-year bar issue for the most part. And it is not advisable for them to leave. And I like to look to see if parents have any other way of fixing through the various case types that I discussed earlier to see if there's any option for them to fix their status in the United States without them having to leave. It's super important. All right, I'm going to answer a couple last questions. Somebody's asking if I'm Bengali. Yes, I'm from Bangladesh originally. Okay. Does a person for interview have to be fully vaccinated from COVID-19 to get permanent residency? From Abid. Alvarado. Sorry, I can't read it properly. Okay, yes, everyone who's watching, if you are applying for residency, you must get vaccinated for COVID-19. You must get it. It is a requirement beginning October 1st, which is basically this weekend. You have to get vaccinated. You have to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 before you go to your medical exam. All right. Super important. Let's make sure we all, take care of each other by getting vaccinated. All right. All right, everyone. I have to go. I hope everyone has a very, very good night. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for all the shares. Please share my videos. You never know when my video might help somebody else. Have a good night, everyone.